So for this episode, or I don't want them to be episodes, I want them to be like diary entries because that's what I feel like. I feel like this is gonna be like my diary of like being what I would consider like being a late bloomer and how I'm navigating through this new journey that I'm in. So I guess I will start with all of the new things that have happened in my life. Excuse me if you hear my dishwasher. I picked a great time to run it. I didn't think this through. So I'm sorry about that. So with that, the first new thing, I guess would be me being on my own. And I was really nervous because I did live at home with my parents. I'm an only kid, so I like spent a lot of time like by myself. But as I got older, I was like nervous about like living by myself as an adult because when you're at home by yourself as a kid, or even when you are like a young adult living with family, eventually somebody's gonna be there. But when you live by yourself, like nobody coming here, and if they are, 9 times out of 10 I'm gonna know that somebody's coming here. So that's a new thing that was like, I was worried, like am I gonna be lonely, am I gonna like it? And I love it. Like when I get done, like when I do go out and I hang out with my family or I hang out with my friends, I cannot wait to be back in my space and like whatever I want to do. If I want to sit on the couch, if I want to just lay on my yoga mat and stare at the ceiling, like I cannot wait to be home and do it. I just recently, I do my own hair like majority of the time. Every now and then I will like treat myself and get my hair done, but for the most part, like I do my own hair. And like living at home with my parents, like doing my own hair, I always had my own bathroom, so that wasn't a problem. But like I always had my own bathroom, and the only person that respected the fact that it was my bathroom was my stepdad. So my mom would like come in and be like, you have stuff all over everywhere, your scissors. And not that like I don't clean up behind myself, but sometimes like you want your things to just sit on the counter so that you can have easy access to them. So my mom would get like annoyed that like if I'm wearing my hair like in a straight style, I leave like my curling irons and my flat irons like out on the counter. Like they can be wrapped up and like neatly on the counter. It's just the fact that there's a drawer and I want them on the counter that will bother her. So, and it's like it was her house, so it's just like I'm not mad about that, but just little things like that, just being in your own space and being like, girl, I'm gonna clean this hair up tomorrow, or like I'm gonna get to it later. So I love that. And I was worried, like I really was scared, like am I gonna be okay living on my own? Am I gonna be lonely? Like am I gonna be depressed? Because I suffered with depression and anxiety. So I was really worried, like am I gonna be able to live on my own? And I've loved it. It's still new. I've only been here for 3 months, but I've loved every moment of it. I've loved it. It's still new, so I'll continue to like make posts, like make videos about it and like talk about like that transition for me living on my own. What else is new? This is my first time. I went away to college that following fall after I graduated from high school, which would have been the fall of 2015. So I've been in school. I was in college for 6 years, and well, almost 7. But yeah, so I was in college for a long time. I was in school for a long time. So for as long as I can remember, I've always been balancing like being a student and having a job because I wanted to have money. And this is the first time where I'm just like, I won't say I'm just a worker because I'm doing a lot of other things. Like I've been doing my best to find ways to push my content and things of that nature, but that's a whole nother story. But this is the first time that I don't have to factor in like, oh, I have to write this paper by this date, or I have to make time for this study group, or I have to do like all these other things. And now I'm in a place where I'm learning, because learning is a lifelong journey. So I'm not learning in a classroom setting, but I'm still learning, but I'm learning things that I want to learn. And I like that. Like I love that so much. So it's weird. I was kind of depressed. I won't say depressed. I won't use that term. I wasn't depressed. I was a little like worried what my life would look like when undergrad was over, because I changed my major 3 times. Was it three? 2 or 3? One of the two. But I changed my major 3 times before I actually graduated. Like before I actually like stuck to something and like graduated. And I was worried because when you see all your peers finishing school and you're still in school, you just get used to the fact that like you're in school. And so once it got closer to me being done with school, I was just like, oh my God, like what does my life look like when I'm no longer a student? Like what will my life look like? Will I like it? Will I know how to like function without having to like factor in doing these assignments and showing up to class and doing this? Like will I know how to adjust to that? Will I be able to adjust to that? And I have been. I was worried that I don't know what I was worried about. I worry about a lot of things, which I'm sure I'm not the only person, but I was worried. So that's something that I'm kind of like easing myself into. And I feel like at 25, that's, to me, I have to keep reminding myself that that's not weird, because this is my journey. And my journey is not going to be like anybody else's. But in my head, like sometimes I don't know, like when people ask me like, oh, so what's been going on? I don't know like what to say, because I feel like if I say that, then they're gonna be like, oh, that's what my life has been like the last 4 years, because they've already like went to that next step. So that's what's going on like right now. And it's just like a lot of new things. Like I feel like I'm in this place right here, as far as like I just discussed with finishing school and having my own place. And my best friend, like my best friend in the whole wide world, we've been friends since we were like in our mother's stomachs. She is about to be a wife, and she's cooking my niece right now. She's going to be having a baby soon in November. So it's so weird, because I feel like I feel like while I was in school, I was holding my breath to enjoy life, because I didn't feel like I deserved to enjoy anything. Like I felt like I needed to finish school and then I could live. So for a long time, I just felt like I held my breath. Like I turned down going on vacation sometimes with my friends, because I was just like, I need to be devoted to my studies. Because in my mind, I felt like the way that it looked to other people on the outside looking in is that like Shayla's not devoted to, you know, her life. She's not devoted to completing something that she started. And I still care a lot what people think, and I'm working on that as well. So to be in this place, it's like, it's weird, because like my best friend is gonna be a wife, and I'm like, I can't even, my boyfriend lives out of state, and like I like that, because I love being in my house by myself. So to see my best friend like go into, like, we're both in very different stages of our lives, it's beautiful. And at the same time, I guess it kind of just makes me feel further like a late bloomer. Like my best friend is about to be somebody's whole mama and somebody's whole wife, and I'm just over here like, I live downtown, I'm loving life. Like I'm looking for a job that will help me fund my other dreams, because I don't see myself like loving any job that I have, because my passion is to go and become an esthetician and have my own esthetician business and teach Black women how to take care of their skin, and just bringing those very important tools of loving on yourself and loving your skin and taking care of your skin. And it doesn't like, that doesn't have to be something, that doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be an unattainable luxury. So that's what I want my contribution to the beauty industry to be. So that's my dream. But for right now, I'm just working on landing a job within my degree that will allow me to live a comfortable life and allow me to fund the things that I'm very interested in and I'm passionate in. And I don't know, I'm just guess I'm winging it. But yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next diary entry. Bye.